Hello and welcome to A Jewish Mother
and a Latina.
We are very excited today.
Yes.
We have a really good friend who's going to be showing us how to make chili. Chili, and he's not even Latino.
Right.
But he's going to show us how anyway. He's actually a Jewish father. Not my father, but he is a Jewish father.
Yes.
I do have to say he has really cool toys to play with.
I wonder what we're using that for.
I think it's because you need a haircut. No? No haircut for Viv.
Sweetie time.
So it's my very big pleasure to introduce Stu Cutler. Come on over, Stu.
Stu, come on in the middle.
Yeah.
I love being in the middle. Thank you.
Wait, in the middle.
I'm sorry.
Yay.
I'm sorry. Like my Hannibal Lecter cutlery?
I love it. I love it.
Yes, this is chili from Silence of the Lambs.
So, where did you learn this chili recipe?
This chili recipe is actually really interesting because it's evolved itself. This used to be made, I used to learn how to make this with bison when I was in the bison business.
You were in the bison business?
Yes.
I learned something new about you every
Wow.
time I see you, and I've known this man for years.
Bison?
And just when I think
Remind me to show
everything,
you pictures of Katie and I with the bison.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, we used to raise bison, believe it or not.
What?
I'm actually one of the founding members of the Eastern Bison Association.
Right here in Staten Island.
Right here.
No, you're originally from Staten Island?
Originally from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Oh, that's where they raise bison.
Where did you freaking raise bison? You don't seem old enough. Wait.
There were actually Staten Island Advance articles written about me about having bison, and if you want, I'll tell you some very funny stories through this.
Wow. We'll have to chat later.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely. We'll have
Okay,
to
so you originally used bison, and now you're going to use.
I'm using ground turkey.
Ground
Trying
turkey.
to make it as.
You've come a long way, baby.
Going down the food chain actually.
What are the other ingredients?
So
what have we got?
what we have, obviously, this is not an apple; it's an onion. We have diced tomatoes with some chilies already in there. We have some chili sauce. We have tomato paste. We have some brown sugar. We actually have some ground dark chocolate. And we have a proprietary blend of different spices that are in there.
Proprietary?
Yeah, I will tell you this. There's coriander in there. I won't tell you what the rest of it is.
Oh, okay, that's all right. That's
all good.
fair.
And we have our beans.
Is there marijuana in there?
What kind of beans? What are
No,
they?
only New Jersey has legalized that, so I
okay.
can't do a show. But soon, if we take the show to New Jersey, we have a shot.
Okay.
Everything is legal in New Jersey.
Oh, there goes the Hamilton reference. I just want to point out, Viv, that when the Jews cook, we always sweeten things up. So leave it to a Jew to put sugar and chocolate into chili.
I think I've become part Italian anyway.
Yes, you have.
Wait, what kind of beans are those?
We have dark red kidney beans and we have cannellini beans.
Okay, got
The
it.
cannellini beans will go in at the end because they kind of break down a little bit more, but the kidney
Okay.
beans will stay solid.
All right, so
I'm very excited.
we're gonna get ready. We have to go put our hair up, wash our hands, and get going.
And then we'll get going.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we're ready to get
We're
started
ready.
here.
We're gonna be chopping some onions. And what are you taking care of over there, Stu?
I'm just going to be browning the turkey meat.
Okay.
We are not chopping anything. Vivian is chopping the onions. Because Vivian doesn't trust me.
I do, of course I do. Please tell us more about this bison thing.
Yeah, please.
While you're browning over there.
Did you start with this when you were living in the desert? No, because bison don't live in the desert.
Actually, no, it was before I even moved to Las Vegas in Clark County.
Tell us what year this was.
Okay, so this goes back, this has got to be around 1990.
Okay.
Let's put it, Katie's mother went to school in Indiana. And we went to visit a friend of hers who lives outside of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And turned out her husband was a custom beef rancher. He explained to me what that was he raised a certain amount of beef for clients that already purchased them. And we were talking about, how he takes care of them. I said, kidding around one day, I said, what we should do is we should raise beef cattle and have a story like Ben and Jerry's. And he said, listen, Pop, your wife and my wife went out, sang to the cows, they fed them by hand, they talked to them, they gave them massages, whatever. And we were laughing about it. He said, really, he gave me an article to read. He said, really, the upcoming thing is bison or American buffalo. And I said, I really don't know much about him. I said, although I did read that bison is kosher. So we started talking, and he said, I'm going to look into this a little bit. So we talked a little bit, and I contacted National Bison Association in Denver, Colorado. I said, could you send me some information about it? I was curious. I just started my career in psychology, but I just wanted to know other things. I loved being on farms and ranches. make a long story short, they sent me the name of someone who was one of their associate members in Pennsylvania. I'm thinking, okay, great, Pennsylvania's only an hour drive away.
Right.
Not realizing that it was 9 hours away because it was in Grove City, Pennsylvania, which was out right by the Ohio border.
Wow.
So when I went out there, I met this guy, Norm Stroud, great guy, him and his wife, and they really took us in. They were telling us all about bison and everything else, and we got to eat the meat really the first time. I had had it once before in
How did I do
South
with the
Dakota.
onions?
You're doing great. No, you're doing great. Perfect size.
Okay.
Just chop you half of that.
Okay. Oh, the other half?
Yep.
Both?
That'd be great. And so what happened was he invited me. He said, why don't you can learn a lot more. Why don't you come with us to the National Livestock Show in Denver? It happened to be a time where I could take off. I said, yeah, we'll go. And we were sitting around. I listened a lot. I listened to all these different branches. I got to meet a lot of really interesting people. And while we're talking, I was sitting down and we had lunch or dinner or whatever, and I was saying, this would be great. I said, there are a lot of small producers in the East, but not a lot of big ones, but a lot of small ones. 100 animals or less, maybe 200 animals. It wasn't like the big farms out west. You had out in Cheyenne, Wyoming, or Cass, Wyoming. They had 28,000 acres. We don't have that here. So I said, if we could market it correctly and do the right thing, we could probably help build up some of these farms and still do the right thing. And I left, didn't think nothing of it. About 2 weeks later, I got a phone call saying, listen, a couple of guys listening to you, they want to get together and have more of a conversation. And we ended up meeting in outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Right.
And
A lot closer.
And at that meeting, they formed the Eastern Bison Association, made me secretary-treasurer. I'll have to show you literature, I have all kinds of stuff on it.
And how long did you do this?
And I did that for a couple of years after that. Bought my first animal, bought my first bison calf. She was a female. Her name was Delilah.
I love that.
And the reason we named her was we knew we were not going to eat her. She's a female. She's more involved with breeding stock, so we were great with that. I probably have some Delilah somewhere.
How much does a bison cost?
So back then, you can get, like anything else, you can buy a whole cow very, very cheaply. You can buy bison too. But we were buying stock to breed.
Right.
So we wanted to make sure that we were, getting the right. I think I paid about $2,000 for her at the time.
Okay.
And it turned out, I started really getting involved with this. We were thinking about buying land in Pennsylvania, and a very, very nice gentleman who I got to meet and to spend time with, who lives in Rogersville, Pennsylvania. He said, look, I have 800 acres. Well, you take your animals, keep them on my farm. It's yours to come visit anytime you want.
Perfect.
So that's why I started buying animals. I kept them out in Rogersville, Pennsylvania.
How many did you have? Highest number
I think
you
the
had?
most I had at one time was 25 or 30.
Okay.
And one great part of it, Rogersville is very close to West Virginia border. It's all hills and kind of mountainous area. And the only way we can go see the animals is we go out on horseback. And I remember the first time going over one of the hills, and we actually came across a herd of probably about 200 buffalo bison. And I was like, this is like being in the Old West. This is what it must have been like,
nice.
200 years ago.
Did you have your cowboy hat yet?
I already have my cowboy hat. Let me tell you something. When you're out there and it's very hot,
You need a cowboy hat.
yeah, the baseball cap, but it didn't work really well. I had a Met cap, it didn't work really
Yeah,
well.
that cap, yeah.
I ended up getting
Good, you did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
you can cut onions from me anytime.
All right, perfect.
That was great.
All right, so what's next? What's next? So you're browning?
So I'm just browning. It's going to take a couple minutes here. Then I'm going to take this out. I'm going to cook the onions and put everything else in.
Okay. I just want to point out, Ben, Stu's wife Juliana is a bigger Disney freak than me, if you can even imagine that. So
I'm looking around here.
Yeah, and look at the bowl that he's going to probably put the turkey in. And bowl, I was going to say,
all the
we have the
dishes.
dishes.
All right, so when we come back,
Sorry.
we're going to have browned meat. We'll have the onions going in there, and then we'll start dropping the rest of the stuff.
We're going to be done.
We're going to be done. You like that word.
I do.
Okay, so what do you have going in there now?
Okay, so right now we have pretty much browned the onions. We already have the meat set aside. So this is one of those things that, again, this is going to be a COVID issue. Because ordinarily just done tradition alone, and someone told me this years ago, he said if you can add beer to your chili, the first thing you have to do is you have to take the first sip. Well, because this is COVID, we're not going to do it.
Right,
So what I do is
right.
I'm going to try and leave, just to keep the tradition in, I'm going to keep a little bit
Take
at
the
the bottom.
last
Take the
sip.
last
I'm going to take the last
Oh,
one.
that
So
would be good.
we're going to try.
Ooh, this is that sizzle.
And then, is that Corona?
That is Corona.
How appropriate.
I've actually tried
Very
different beers, and
appropriate.
I like the fact that the body of the Corona, and actually I really don't drink beer, but
Enjoy.
Go for it. Chug, 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 done.
Enjoy. Okay,
so
so.
I'm just going to mix it up a little
Gonna
bit.
mix that up.
So we've added beer to the chili.
We have beer to the chili.
This is gonna be a really good chili.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
Tell us what you
what
need.
we're going to do is we're going to put in the diced tomatoes.
Dice, I'm coming
Yeah,
over.
come on over.
I think you're gonna wanna come closer, Pete.
Yum, yum. It already smells delicious in here. And it's made of this.
So now, Miss Tracy, what I need you to do is, if you'll notice under there is a measuring cup under the coffee pot.
Oh, here.
And no, put it back under there. That's
Oh.
perfect. And you're going to just press that little lever and put a half cup of hot coffee right into that.
No way.
Yeah, half a cup of strong hot coffee
Where's your half cup mark?
on the other side.
Turn it. I don't see a half.
We can
Oh, I
edit
see
all this out, don't
milliliters.
worry.
All right, then you are right.
Oh, you see?
And it doesn't have to be exact. Don't worry about it. Nothing. And by the way,
Oh, okay, so 4 ounces.
Obviously, she's never used a measuring cup.
I have
two before.
I've used measuring cups more than Peter has.
I doubt it. Oh, well, you know what? No.
so
Yeah.
we're gonna pour this in.
I don't have glasses on. Oh wait, you don't have glasses on.
No, I don't have glasses on. I'm wearing contacts
No way.
for the first time, and I can't see anything.
Well, that kind of defeats the
Chris,
purpose.
can I have the tomato paste?
Yes, tomato paste. How much is that? Is that half a can? A can? You don't know. Just
I don't measure anything. But
It's a little glass container full.
It was like learning how to cook for my grandmother. A bissel this,
Yeah,
a
This
bissel
is
that.
that. Peter, that's how you do it.
so it's a little glass container full.
Yeah, pretty much. That's so according to what I had handy, I just grabbed that.
All right. What's next?
Okay, so we just mix that in a little bit.
So no more glasses on top of your head and going crazy
No more
looking
glasses
for
on
them?
top of my head. So listen. So I got the contacts and I got glasses. The glasses, I put them on. I was like, oh my god, I can actually see. What do you need?
I need the chili sauce.
Chili sauce. There you go.
It's like saying in high def.
Oh my god, I can actually see. How much? A little bit, just a little bit of that. What are you doing?
A couple of drops.
Couple of drops.
There we go.
All right.
We don't want to burn my son's eyebrows off when he eats
Okay,
it.
got it.
So, and there's definitely spice in here, but I kind of toned it
That's
down.
Chris.
So,
All right, what do you?
okay,
What do
what
we
I need
need
now
next?
is brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Looks like about half a cup.
I'm going to guess probably more like a quarter of a cup.
Oh.
But feel free.
Yeah, because it's a small thing.
Yeah, it's all.
So a small blue thing of brown sugar.
Small blue, I believe they call them ramekins in cooking
Ramekin,
school, but that's
yes.
okay. All good. Okay, now I'm going to take the chocolate.
Chocolates. Now
This
you
is-
are the second person that I heard that puts chocolate. Mr. Geno's
I have
puts
never heard
chocolate
this
in his
before.
chili. He makes the most delicious chili.
I've had his chili because he made it in school with his
Delicious.
slow cooker.
Delicious. Yes. Remember those days?
I do.
Delicious. We'll have to have him on for something because I think
Oh,
he
yeah.
cooks. Geno's. We'll come in.
Gino's, so you're gonna teach us
Gino's.
how to play tennis too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good. And
I'm going to take the proprietary spice blend.
The
proprietary
proprietary spice blend.
spice blend.
Say that 5 times fast.
Proprietary spice blend. Proprietary.
Yeah, proprietary.
Okay.
And you said these are open
Proprietary.
already?
Look at that. Now, do you drain your beans or you just throw
No, in
them?
this case I'm not going to. I actually like the extra flavor. I think it gives it a little more body.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
actually don't drain them.
I washed mine in the last show.
That's why I was asking. We use
Yeah.
soap and water.
I often do. Many times when I'm making something with beans, I will rinse them,
Right.
drain them, rinse them. In this case, I don't. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to let this cook down a little bit. I'm going to lower down the flame. We actually, I don't like covering it completely because then you get too much condensation. Just let the little steam go out, but meanwhile it's still covered for the most part.
Okay.
And we're going to go with that, and we'll let that go Just try another half hour, 45 minutes usually.
We are adding beans.
Beans are good.
We're adding the red beans. We're not adding the white beans.
Right, you're adding the kidney beans first because they don't break down as.
Woo! That's a lot of beans.
I'll take the cans.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
some
Now
cans.
this is halfway into the process.
Well, yeah, and so basically what's happening now is now the beans will kind of meet with the meat and all the spices. They'll get to everything is really pretty much together. The only thing at this point we add a little bit later on is it has to really cook down just a little bit, get the flavors to gel together, and then we'll add the cannellini beans. And the reason we want to add the cannellini beans is they're softer beans, and they seem to break down. That'll happen if they get kind of mashed, they'll make the chili too mushy. So basically that's what.
So then it won't be chili, it'll be mush.
It'll be chili mush.
It'll be chili mush.
You know, tastes like chili, but not have the texture.
Mushy
And
chili.
Texture, believe it or not, the texture is very important in chili. I didn't,
Absolutely.
you know, when I never took any classic cooking course or anything, and this is when I've watched a lot of these chili guys come, or I've watched some of these cooking shows, I've learned everything from it. So, you know, more the language of cooking than anything else.
So Jules married you because you cook.
That's what it seems like. So if you can get her on camera, she'll tell you also that about my meatballs. And
Shut up.
actually, I used to watch her mother cook.
Okay.
Her mother passed away a number of years ago, and now it seems that her father, who's from Sicily, loves my meatballs.
Excellent.
So don't take it from me. You can take it from her.
Hey Juliana, can you come in here for a minute? Come here, Jules, we want to ask you a question on camera.
Yes.
We were talking
I
about
miss you.
cooking.
So tell us, what's the real reason you married Stu Cutler?
Only because he could cook.
I knew it! I knew it!
Stu makes meatballs, and my father always asked me, when does Stu make his meatballs? And he was married to my mother, who was the best cook ever, so I'm shocked. He loves his meatballs. My father will often buy meat and say, Stu, could you cook this for dinner? You know, I'll buy the meat, but you cook it. Is Stu making this? Is Stu making that? Look at that.
Does Kristen cook?
Well, sometimes when he works with his dad.
Sometimes. Okay.
Sometimes.
Because you really are a clone of your dad.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, right now. Dad clone.
Dad clone.
Dad
Come
clone.
here, my nephew.
Dad
So this is Christopher, who is really a clone of his father, except for the cooking skills apparently, but he's young
He'll
yet.
get there.
He's
He's
young
learning.
yet.
He'll get it.
He does well. It has benefited him that I've been retired because he gets his gourmet breakfast every morning.
That's excellent.
Not necessarily.
Well, I'm sorry. Did you not have your
That's okay.
different?
Hey, that's a bit of an extreme. That's a bit of an extreme place to go to.
Well, if you're going from cereal to bacon and eggs, it's gourmet.
Right.
We're gonna let this cook for how much longer now?
So this is gonna cook for a little while longer. It's just gotta, you know.
What's
again,
a little while? Give me
Okay.
numbers.
You know what's
He doesn't know.
funny? It's like kind of measuring things, so I kind of
Right.
know. We'll probably give it about another half
You
hour.
know by looking at it?
I'll know by looking at it and
Okay.
how it's actually
It's
how
for
it
the
smells.
people out there.
Yeah, no, I
The
appreciate
people
that.
wanna know.
And this is what happens when people ask me, "Can you write down the recipe
people
for
wanna
me?"
know.
Well, two things usually happen. One is I'll write it down, but I'm only guessing on what's in there, and there's a good chance I might forget an ingredient here or there, not purposely.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people who's like, well, I'm not gonna let you do it
Right,
But like even here, I'm just cooking, and like I put things
Whatever.
together earlier, so I'm trying to remember, okay, how am I doing this?
I do the same thing in the kitchen. Like sometimes I'm missing something, and I'm like,
Whatever.
Oh, I don't have this. Whatever. Next time.
If you can substitute it, you do. If you can't, you don't.
Right.
And that's what we do. But you know, like I said, this has evolved from, you know, again, from the old bison recipes, and
Excellent.
you know, so hopefully everyone likes it. I know I like it. I know that people I've given it to like it a lot.
I'm sure they'll like
you
it.
know, it's okay. It's more important about other people.
Wait, Dad, did you use the bison meat or
No,
turkey?
this is
This is turkey.
for your mother. This is turkey.
Turkey.
Yes.
Why don't you tell that story?
We did.
We
Oh,
did.
no, we didn't.
Oh,
There's a story?
No, this is
No,
okay.
There's a story?
No.
The only thing I made,
Well, there's always
I
something.
made chili last week. And what happened was, I decided in the store, I haven't made bison chili in a while. Let me use the bison. And I made it just like I made it here. The only difference was the exchange of the turkey for the bison. I made it. I put it out for the two of them. He ate a bowl and a half or whatever. I gave it to Juliana. She ate it. I said, July, oh, this is really good. I said, oh, good. I put bison in instead of turkey. Right away, I don't want any more. Now, this goes back to when I first met Juliana. She once had a buffalo burger. She is the daughter of a butcher. My father-in-law had a real old-time Italian butcher shop in downtown, in Carroll Gardens or Red Hook. And she grew up with roast meat, so she knows meat. And she feels she can tell the difference. I will tell you, we've done taste tests with buffalo or bison over the years, and we could not, out of 100 people, we couldn't get one person to tell the difference. So what I did say, what I would do is the next time I will sit down with 2 pots, simultaneous ingredients. One pot will be turkey, one pot will be the bison, and we're going to do a blind taste test and see if she can
And
really
see if
tell
she
the
can
difference.
really tell.
My father-in-law swears
How developed
she
her
can't.
palate is.
But maybe, listen, it is possible. She is her mother's daughter.
Right.
Her mother had an amazing palate. She's an amazing cook. You can come in here and think there's nothing in the refrigerator, and you have a 5-course meal in an hour.
Wow.
So it was amazing. So it's possible. We'll have to.
This thing has been simmering for a while, and now we're gonna add the cannellini beans.
White kidney beans. Let me put my sleeve up so I don't.
Oh, please, yeah.
Oh, looks so good.
It smells so good in here.
Oh. Okay.
Hopefully it looks great. Hopefully it tastes as good as it looks.
Yeah.
What would Randy think about this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe we should send her some to let her find out.
I think she would love it.
Randy would love the way you measure things.
Yes.
Well, this looks amazing.
Yes, it does.
And my Catholic friend is gonna rely on me to taste it
Thank you.
because it is Lent,
Thank you.
but you are going home with some of this.
Yes, thank you.
So let's
Stu.
see.
Thank you so much.
Let's see.
It looks amazing.
Oh, that's good. That's delicious. You don't even taste the beer.
Oh, darn.
Damn it. It's amazing the menagerie of things that went into this, and it doesn't.
Wow.
Wow. Delicious.
Beautiful.
Delicious.
Take some more. Eat some more.
Yes,
I have to live vicariously through you.
Would you like some crackers?
Is it too hot?
Wow.
Good.
That's good. Good
Want
stuff.
to get the chips?
Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
so much.
Thank you
us
for joining
today.
me in my house. I appreciate having you
It's
in
so
my
much
home.
fun. I love being in Mickey Central. You can
Yes,
this is the best.
Yes.
Thank you, Juliana.
This is Disney World North.
Christopher.
This is fun.
Yes.
It's so good to see you guys. Nice meeting you, young lady.
How was Tom?
I should have worn my magic bands. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I have my sneakers on.
That's
Mickey
true.
sneakers.
That's true.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of A Jewish Mother.
And the Latina.
And next time we see you, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do because this is going to be really fun. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you again. Thanks, Stu.
Thank you.
Thank you.